AK Dragons and King 551 here. As you can see, we got the wall right behind me from last time. Obviously, this is going to be about yesterday on how the Michigan Wolverines dominated against Penn State. But I do want to go through a couple of games first and talk about each team's total yardage combined. What I mean by that is the total yardage from both teams into one total thing. So if one team had 340 yards and another team had 200 yards, we're going to say that's 540 yards because there were a lot of good games. You can look them up yourself. I'm going to give you these certain games. Some of them were better than others, with some upsets here and there, but there are a couple of things that I want to get out of the way and talk about first. And then I will jump into the highlight reel and the actual stat line with these teams and stuff, as you'll see those stat lines. But then I'll talk about a couple other notes here. So first off, let's talk about these teams. So right off the bat, I'm going to go with Iowa State here. Now, they had 766 yards in total for both teams. Pretty strong there. That's impressive to have that. Old Miss, though, had 1,019 yards combined with two teams and stuff. Wow. What a good game that was against Auburn. The Oklahoma game, another good game. 1,131 yards. I mean, not bad. Now, I do have a note here, and I will explain it more in this video. Michigan is not overrated and stuff, and they had 831 yards combined with Penn State and themselves, and we'll get into that. Number 13, TCU upsets number 8, Oklahoma State. It is an upset alert, guys. If you have seen it, 896 yards among the both of them. TCU will probably move up. Oklahoma State will move down. Number 18, Syracuse upsets number 15, NC State. Again, Syracuse stays undefeated, so could they move up? Possibly. They could get into the top 10. 644 yards total. Now, the biggest game, guys, if you follow me on TikTok or you see me on TikTok, this is not a plug. You'll see a post up there about this. I hate Alabama as much as anyone else and stuff. I know I have my rivals, which are the Michigan Wolverines, Michigan State, and Ohio State as the rivals. But still, nonetheless, number 6, Tennessee upsets number 3, Bama, 1136. Now, I personally believe if Bama had won that game, they would still have to move down in the AP ranking due to the fact that it was a close game, as it was 49-49, and the final would have been a field goal, and it would have been 52-49 or something like that. So I think Tennessee will definitely move up, and we'll see. Will Michigan move up from 5? But let's talk about these other games right here, guys. So number 22, Kentucky upsets number 16, Mississippi State. That game had 703 yards. Pretty impressive. Number 4, Clemson struggles against a 4-2 unranked Florida State team. The final score of that game was Clemson 34, Florida State 28. Florida State had 460 yards. Clemson had 370. What went wrong for Florida State? I don't know. I did not watch the game, guys. You let me know what you thought went wrong in that game and why Florida State could not win. That game had a total of 830 yards. I'm sorry, Clemson, but you don't deserve to be 4, as you're getting close games against unranked opponents. Then you have 2 ranked there that are 15 and 14. I believe it's Wake Forest and NC State were your 2 other ranked games and stuff. And that Wake Forest game was a close game in overtime. This is a close regular game and stuff. And if Florida State had scored, you would have went to overtime and probably have to win it in overtime again. So what's my point? Clemson needs to move down. They are overrated. They are not a team that can contend this year. Now, you might be saying, but Michigan hasn't played anyone. Okay, granted, I'll give you that, guys. Yes, I understand that. Michigan finally played a top 10 opponent, but they did have some struggle against Indiana, but they still blew them out in the second half. The story is that it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish and stuff. So if you do destroy them in the second half and come out there and blow them out 21 points and stuff, that's great. And then Iowa and stuff, when Michigan beat Iowa and stuff, that's a good game too. Now, granted, I understand the Maryland game, but the Maryland team has improved exponentially and has become a really good team. So that is why Michigan struggled against them. Other than that, the team itself is fine. So I think Clemson needs to move down a couple spots. I think that Georgia will stay 1, Ohio State at 2. I think Michigan should be 3. I personally think that Tennessee should be 4 and stuff. I don't know where Bama fits, maybe 5 or 6 and stuff. I'm not really too sure at this point. We'll see where the AP rankings predict our guys and stuff, and we'll see what happens. Now, I will bring that article up and see where they will post it for this upcoming thing. But let's go into the final game here. Is number 20 Utah upsets number 7 USC Trojans. That game had 18 yards. So USC will move down. Utah will go up probably in the rankings. So a lot of you might be asking, why am I bringing up these games and stuff if I'm usually just do Michigan breakdown? Well, because there were a lot of exciting games today. There were a lot of yardage between both teams and stuff. And personally, I just thought that it was really interesting to see these games and stuff because they're exciting. This was like the first time to see a lot of great games and stuff. You don't see this in the NFL. The games are predictable and boring and stuff. You want to watch something that's really exciting, and this was a really exciting games. And Michigan finally found their groove in the second half and blew them out. But you can't do that against a big team like Ohio State or Alabama. You can't find your groove in the second half. You have to either keep it close or you got to do something else. Now, let's get into some notes here about the Penn State-Michigan game. So Penn State has allowed 399 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns in their first 5 games, guys. Keep in mind, Penn State has a top 5 defense against the run. And I will say that again. Keep in mind, guys, Penn State has a top 5 defense against the run. The reason I say that is because of this. Yesterday, they allowed 418 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns to Michigan. So 418 rushing yards among 2 running backs that I will get into, but I think most of you know their names if you're a Michigan fan, and that's Donovan Edwards and Blake Corum and stuff. And among both of them, they dominated that game and had 4 rushing touchdowns. So there you go. You can't call Michigan overrated anymore because they were not overrated to begin with. They were at a good rating. There's nothing wrong with Michigan. They're not overrated. You guys keep saying that they are because they haven't played top 10 opponents and stuff. But here's the thing. They've been consistently good. And yes, the only game that they've struggled the most in is definitely the Maryland game. But a lot of people hold, and I don't want to bring up the rivals of Ohio State and stuff, but a lot of people hold that Notre Dame game close because they only won by 11-point margin and stuff. Where, yeah, Michigan was a 7-point favorite against Penn State yesterday, but they got 24 points on their ass and stuff. Sometimes they lower it and Michigan covers the spread. Sometimes they put the spread too high and Michigan doesn't cover it, but they still win the game and stuff. You know, I think Ohio State definitely deserves to be a top 2 or top 1 team because they've been consistently good and they keep blowing teams out and stuff. Whereas Georgia and Bama and Clemson are 3 teams that have struggled and have had close games. You have the Missouri game with Georgia that's pretty close. You had another game that was pretty close with Georgia that were struggling. You had Bama where it was Texas and Texas A&M that were close games. And then you had this Tennessee game and stuff. So I don't know where they are in the rankings. But anyway, let's get back to what I was saying here. So I will talk about JJ. JJ had a 71% completion percentage for the Michigan Wolverines. Very solid there. He did throw 1 interception, but it really wasn't his fault because it bounced off people's helmets and stuff. It was just a ridiculous one. One of those goofy-ass ones. Clifford. Oh, man, this man for the Penn State quarterback had a 37 completion percentage. My goodness. And then their backup. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'll try my best. All, I think it's A-L, all, like normal Eric All, and then A-R and stuff. I'm not really too sure how to pronounce that. Now, it was in garbage time, and it was 5 for 10 and stuff. He threw 5 for 10, 50%. So there you guys have it. I mean, I personally just do not think Clemson deserves to be that highly ranked anymore because they struggled and stuff. But that's the main gist. Let's go into actually the stat lines and let's talk about it. So first off, we're just gonna go here on we'll go through the Google one first, and then we'll just talk about each player. Also, there were no punts for Michigan, which was really great about the team. They didn't have to punt once. So 268 yards, 563, 157 passing yards, 145. So slightly lower, but that's because of this big number right here. So if you guys don't know, this is the number right here that you really want to watch out for, because that is the number that really damaged Penn State. And they had 7.1 yards per play, and they only had 5.3. And you know what was also really funny, if you guys didn't know, Penn State only had 9 yards in the first quarter. Michigan had 73 passing yards and 65 rushing yards or something like that. And it was just hilarious. How can you only have 9 yards? But yeah, 111 rushing yards, 5.3. First downs, 10, 28. 4th and 12, third down efficiency, 11 of 17. So really bad, really good, really bad. 1 for 4. 1 for 1, we risked it on one play, but it was a manageable one. 51 total plays, 79. That's really good because you're going deep in your playbook now with a team that's really tough, which is the Penn State. 3 punts, 0 punts. We didn't have to punt once, which is a really, really good caliber thing. If you don't have to punt, that means your team is scoring and you're keeping your special teams off the field and you don't have to keep going 3s and outs. 5 penalty yards, 9 for 61. I don't know what this 9, I'm not sure what the 9 out of 61 means and the 5 out of 55 means exactly. If someone can please explain that in the comments to me a little bit better. I'm trying to learn everything about football, but I just don't understand this 5 for 55 and this 9 for 61. If someone can explain that, that would be much help and stuff. 1 interception thrown, 0. So we took up most of the game and stuff. 41 minutes and 56 seconds, 18 and stuff. We were on the field much longer than they were. So ultimately, that's that. So let's go into this one. So first off, I just want to talk about a couple of players here. So Sean Clifford did have 74 rushing yards, and he almost got a touchdown out of it, but he didn't. And it was just a bad play and a bad read by Michigan. Lucky duck. And then, this is his passing yardage, and he got 1 sack, and then their backup got 1 sack. Not the greatest, but he still did his part. And then let's look at some Wolverine guys here. So 1 sack, 1 interception. They were like, I don't know about that. 17 for 24. Pretty good. I mean, look, that interception is not McCarthy's fault. That's 2 times that interceptions from 2 weeks are not his fault. The Penn State one is not his fault. The Indiana one is not his fault because he's throwing it and it's just a good play. That guy makes a good 50-50 ball. The other one just gets swatted at the line and bounces off someone's helmet. Hopefully they show it in the highlights. If you see it, you see it. But these were our wide receivers. Ronnie Bell was playing really well. Cornelius Johnson was doing well. Roman Wilson came back and played really well. Edwards got a couple, and Blake Corum. Now, these are the men right here. Donovan Edwards had more than Blake Corum, but Blake Corum had another 100-yard plus game and stuff. So is he due for Heisman contention? Definitely. 5.9 yards a carry, 10.8. These 2 guys right here saved us. They got 2 blasting touchdowns in the 3rd quarter and stuff, and they really destroyed that Penn State that way. And these 2 guys really did it all. And then McCarthy got some good wheels with him and stuff. So let's go into the highlights. Let's talk about it. Other than that, guys, I have nothing more to say. The first quarter here, you're just gonna give it off to Blake Corum. Or is that Edwards? No, that's Edwards. That's Blake Corum. Never mind. I mean, beautiful play by Blake Corum. See, the problem here though is, I love this route here. You're just gonna give Blake Corum a nice handoff here, and he's just gonna cut up field, let him do his thing. You got one guy here who's gonna give him a block, and he's just gonna go up field, do his thing. But the biggest problem I'm seeing with Michigan is that we can't keep stalling out drives and getting field goals. We need touchdowns. So yeah, just let Blake Corum get that block. Yeah, nice job, tight end. Or no, I'm sorry, that was one of his offensive linemen. Just cut that way. Beautiful play there. So now you got to settle for the 3-pointer in a Maize Out, beautiful Maize Out game. But hey, we'll take the 3. Yes, this is a good play here by Morris. You see, he's inside here. So he's got here, but his left arm, he pushes out with his left arm and is just going to get this running back. I guess we're going to use white guys. And he's just going to try to get this running back, and he gets him out here and is just able to get him and bring him down and force a great punt there by Michigan. Stellar play there. I love it. So, just give it right to him. Boom! Sit down, mother fricker. Not today. Oh, sorry. That was the quarterback that had the line on. My apologies. But here we go. Give it off to McCarthy on the run. What does he do? He chucks it downfield to Cornelius Johnson. A beautiful play. I don't really have to talk about that one. That's just a good rollout there. Let's go back on that a little bit, though. So you just see one guy here. So you got that blocker, an extra blocker, but I believe this is Johnson down here. So he's just going to run out, do his own route, and run upfield and go down stuff. So you got McCarthy. You got a pretty good, decent O-line, but you got a 4-man rush. You got to watch out for this 4-man rush. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 and stuff. That's very bad. So as McCarthy says, hey, you know what? I'll hand it off to my running back here, and then I'll come this way, see the rush, and I'll throw it to my receiver down the field. Beautiful play by McCarthy there. With the way he just moves out of the pocket. Ooh, I apologize. I accidentally exited my screen. So yeah, just gonna send a guy in motion. Beautiful play there. Great job. And then McCarthy just gets out of the pocket and says, hey, let me throw that down the field. Thank you, Cornelius Johnson, for being wide open. But this was the play. I mean, you can't really do anything here. This is kind of not Blake Corum's fault, though. It's more his offensive lineman. You got his offensive lineman here, and it's just a good defensive play by Penn State, able to just push through and just kind of bring down Blake Corum there. So again, you have to settle for a field goal. It sucks, but it happens. And at least we're getting points when we need them and stuff. Always get points when you need them, guys. Don't try to go for it on 4th down and stuff. So, he just gives it off to Blake Corum here, and boom, and just another hit there and stuff. But hey, do your best. And Jake Moody was just being really good right now, and he said, hey, let me just do my thing, and let me kick a couple of field goals, and we'll be up 6-0. This was a play here, but you see great defense there. I apologize because there's ad coming in right now and stuff, and I apologize for that crap. I do not like these ad stuff. So let's go back on that. Let's go back on that play there. So what you're gonna just see is that a nice route. I believe it's him where he just tries to go upfield, and I'm using the wrong color. I apologize. Whatever. I don't even care, guys. So you got this white, and he's just gonna go on field and try to go here, and then this guy here is saying, "Hell nah, man. You're not coming this way. I'm gonna deck you and stuff. You're not coming through. You're gonna try coming this way. All right, I'll slam you and stuff." So he says, "No, thank you very much," and he tries to go for the draw play. You know what? It doesn't work. He says, "No, sit down. Where are you going, sir?" They get McCarthy back here in the backfield again. Oof. That is a shot, man. I mean, you got all this pressure, and just like watch McCarthy. He's patient here. So you got, forget who shoots up. I think it's this guy who shoots up stuff. He shoots through the gap. But what you got here is that you got two defenders here. Oh. Whoa, I don't know what happened there, guys. I apologize. My sharing got disconnected. So what was I saying? So you got McCarthy right here, and sorry guys, I had a Wi-Fi problem. I apologize for that. And you got him who's going to shoot right through here, I believe. It's him right here. So what you got here is that you got one guy here, and you got one guy here. But what Ronnie Bell is going to do is that he's going to stop on a dime right here. He's going to say, oh, and then he's going to go back this way and stuff. He's going to turn direction and go upfield and catch that ball and stuff. And that's a very good play by Ronnie Bell there. He just stops on a dime. Why do I keep hitting the wrong thing? I really hate YouTube, guys. I apologize on that. He just stops and says, excuse me, pardon me, I'm going to run back the other direction. Beautiful play by Ronnie Bell there. I apologize, guys, that I keep hitting the wrong thing and stuff. It's just stupid full screen. So you give it right to Edwards there. Let him do his thing. Beautiful run by Edwards. You know, he's just running up the field. So what do you give it to now? You give it to Blake Corum, and he is in the end zone. Now, that was controversial, but he was on top of players, so just the touchdown, it's good. That's a touchdown. Just run up right on the middle. I mean, the refs gave it to him, and then they're like, woohoo, yeah, touchdown. So this play is the confusing one. So you got to play right here. So what you're going to see here is by Penn State. He's just Clifford here, and then he's just going to fake it to his running back. So you got this guy right here who's got a shot to is it him? No, I'm sorry. I apologize. I believe it's this guy who tries to stop the running back, and then I believe it's him right here who tries to come around and just cannot get him because there's a block right here and stuff. So I don't really know what went wrong there, but it is what it is, and they got a touchdown out of it. So, I mean, Clifford just goes down the field and gets a good play there. But, I mean, it is what it is. And then DJ Turner stops him at the 1 yard line. But, I mean, you just give him right to the running back. This was stupid. You don't go for it on 4th and goal, but it pays off for them. But ultimately, I would have taken the points. If I'm the coach, I'm kicking the field goal and stuff. But he got it. No, you give it to McCarthy here? No, you give it right to his running back, Edwards. My goodness, Edwards was just a man of steel. He was like, get off me, get off me. I'm running right through these guys. Beautiful plays by Edwards there. So another motion play here. You got it right back. McCarthy stumbles. Woof! And this is the play that I'm talking about, guys. You see McCarthy stumbles on this play when he rolls out. So he rolls out this way, and he just stumbles backwards when he fixes to Blake Corum. Blake Corum's going to go out this way and try to get it on field. But what really happens is that when he tries to throw it away, it bounces off one of these white guys' heads, and it just becomes an interception. And that's not his fault necessarily. It's not the kid's fault when he's trying to throw it upfield. It just gets swatted. So look, he just throws it, gets swatted in the air, bounces off number 97's helmet, and that guy runs down the field and scores a touchdown. Now, granted, that was the touchdown. The only offensive touchdown all game was against was on that. They only had one offensive touchdown. Other than that, it was a field goal, and then that was it. And then this defensive touchdown. So yes, Penn State had a top 5 defense, but again, as I said, against the run and other things, and they did have this one, but I don't think Michigan is overrated anymore. So you guys got to let me know what you think. But he just goes right into the end zone and, do your thing. Now McCarthy says, hey, let's get a drive going. So you know what? He gets out of the pocket there, says, excuse me, pardon me, I'm just going to take a run myself. Gets away from defenders. Beautiful play there. McCarthy, let's go back on this play. So McCarthy has it right here, and he's just going to run upfield. He stumbles a little bit. He almost gets hit by guys, but then he just goes right through the hole and is able to go down the field. So, McCarthy, very elusive, very hard guy. I mean, he just fakes it. Oh, almost gets him, and he just says, excuse me, pardon me, I'm going to go right down the field. So beautiful play there by McCarthy. And we had 17 first downs. They only had 2 at that point. Oof. Blake Corum was getting hit behind the line. He was taking a couple of hits and stuff, but it happens, got to do what you got to do. So good run there by Blake Corum. He's still on his feet, and he gets the first down. I thought he would have got a touchdown out of that, but beautiful play there. And, we just take our field goal and say, hey, let's go into halftime up 16-14, do our thing and just go into halftime up. So we go into halftime up. and the third quarter starts. Let's go into the third quarter. So you got Clifford, you got a really good pressure here. Here comes 4 guys. Boom. And you can't just get to that guy. And this is what I don't like. You have pressure on Clifford. He just evades it and stuff. Ooh, wrong color. He just evades it, steps up, and then all the way back here is a soft zone where, see where I'm coloring, guys? There's a soft zone there and stuff. And the problem is that when you have a soft zone like that, you're playing soft zone against these guys. You're allowing those plays down the field. He steps up. Look, soft zone right there. His wide receiver's open because they're not playing man and they're not playing tougher zone. And then he takes a shot all the way down the field, and that's just an athletic guy and stuff. But I'd like to know who these players are on the back of their jersey. I can't remember everyone. So they do get the field goal. Unfortunately, but Edwards, this is the play right here. I was like, he's gone when I was watching this. This is the great. So let's go back on this play. So you just got great blocking up front. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you got a couple other guys on the other side. But you just give it to Edwards, and he's just going to take it off this way. He's going to cut back that way. He's going to go around this guy, go upfield, and then cut around a couple other guys. And he just makes great plays down the field. And I love the way he plays. Stupid freaking zoom exit thing. Anyway, he just gets some good blocks and says, excuse me, Martin, I'm going to cut through you. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to juke you. Bye-bye. I'm all the way to the races. Thank you very much. I'm going to get a touchdown right now and take my team up in this game and make it 22 to 17. And then he goes for 2. And you know what? They give it to Ronnie Bell, and he just walks right into the end zone. Too easy, baby. Too freaking easy. Making it 20 more. And I apologize, guys, as there is another ad here. Thank God there's skip ads and stuff. I hate YouTube for doing that. So Clifford, Ben. Oh, man, he tries to step up again. And boom, another good dot. Clifford was throwing really good plays all game long. But this 4th and 6 is just so dumb. Why would you go for it? Punt the ball, man. Like, it's 7 minutes in the third, and this is such a bad call. And that guy could have caught that and went in his arms and stuff. That's just a bad call. Then you got Blake Corum here who goes right through. Boom, he's gone to the races. Blake Corum, blazing speed, down the sideline. Touchdown, Michigan. That was a quote from Gus Johnson. I love using his quote, but let's go back on the play. She's just going to give it to Blake Corum. Kind of same scheme here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give the Blake Corum, and he's going to go this way this time, and he's going to go through these guys and just go right upfield and go score a touchdown and bring the game up another score, making it 31-24. I mean, this kid was phenomenal. Boom, he just gone. Excuse me, more to me. I'm going to go to the left side of the field, and I'm going to run upfield and go get a big touchdown. Penn State's defense just like literally they used the ability of spreading the defense, and they just completely shot holes right through them all day. They were shooting bullet cannons through their defensive line, and they were just shooting rockets through it. I mean, what a play by Michigan and stuff. Just great plays. No turnovers for Michigan. I believe they did get 1 sack on Clifford, though, and did bring him down. So, beautiful. I mean, just got pressure. Oh, man. Clifford. Boom! There it is. I believe that was Moulton. Is his name, number 6. McCarthy throws it to Anthony, and that was less than effective, guys. That is just not a very great route there. But McCarthy on 3rd and 9. What does he do? He runs. He's running. And this is not a generous spot as the ball was kind of going forward as he's sliding, but the ball goes backwards, so they give it to 4th and 1. Blake Corum goes right over the line and says, give me that first down, man. So first down for him. We go to the 4th quarter. Put your 4s up. Up 31-17. McCarthy in trouble. Gives it to Edwards. Great guy. Great receiving back. Great running back in general. Oh, man. McCarthy in trouble. Gets the sack. Oof. I mean, he got drilled there. And another field goal for Jake Moody. But I said, hey, your first priority is get points in the red zone, regardless if it's a score or not and stuff. But Ultimately, you got to get points when you can. So going up and kicking that field goal was a great strategy for Michigan. Go up 17 points. No, not 17. No, yes, 17. I'm sorry. Yes, 17 points and stuff. And be up by that much. And then, be up by 24 when you score another one and stuff. Huh. You know what this play reminds me of, though? I don't get this bunch set here, but this is a pretty good defense. You got 3 guys here, you got 2 over here, you got a little bit there. But this 4th and 11 is reminding me of that game. What was that game? Oh, yeah, that was the big game from last year and stuff against Ohio State and Michigan. That was this 4th and 11 kind of reminds me of it. I don't know why. It's just the way it looks and stuff. So you got Clifford here, and boom, he's not going to boom. Oh, no, that was their backup. I apologize. And just a terrible pass there. Clifford was out for the rest of the game. Blake Corum just got swallowed up there. But I think they blew the play dead, so it was 2nd and 11. Give it to Blake Corum. No, they gave it to McCarthy. McCarthy gets out to the outside, and he runs and gets the first down and more. Again, giving to McCarthy. No, give it to Edwards. Edwards. Oh, man, he gets tackled in the backfield by number 99 there. Gives it to Edwards this time, and Edwards cuts backfield, and he's going to go all the way to the 2. I believe this was his 2nd touchdown right here, I believe. He gave it to him. Yeah, Edwards just scores. That's his 2nd touchdown. My goodness. Edwards and Blake Corum were just guys that were doing it all. 41-17. Yeah, be up by 24 points, man. And boom, there it is on this. No, it wasn't on Clifford. It was on their backup and stuff. Beautiful sack there by Michigan. And, you're just going to put in your backup. Let C.J. Stokes get a couple of yards and stuff. Just let him get a hole. And that would end it right there. With one more run, and that is the game. Blake Corum and the team end it 41-17 at 7-0. So there you go, guys. Michigan does it again. I mean, he is pissed, though. Penn State's coach is pissed. So that is that, guys. I hope you enjoyed the Michigan highlights and everything that I talked about. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments if you think Michigan is actually overrated, or do you actually think that they deserve to be in the top ranking? Oh, I did say I wanted to bring up one more thing, guys. So we are going to see if there is a prediction for the top 25. Okay, guys, so there is a prediction, but I'm not going to show all of it because some of it is just messed up. All right. I will show you guys because why the hell not? I'm going to show it to you guys very quickly. But ultimately, it's not like a very reliable article. It's the 24/7 sports and stuff. I usually use CBS because I just find it more reliable. But when you keep Georgia at 1, I mean, obviously, they're just good. Oh, hello, Tennessee at 2. Whoa. I guess, but I really think Ohio State should stay at 2 because they had a bye week and stuff. 3 is Ohio State. I don't know about that one. I don't think so. All right, Michigan at 4. I said Michigan would move either 3 or 4, so I'll give it to them. I said Clemson should be out. 5, Alabama. Yeah, I mean, definitely. 6 is Clemson. Well, I think Clemson should move up and be ahead of Alabama, but we'll see what happens. I just wanted to see a couple of teams and stuff. I'll see where TCU is as well. Old Miss is really good. TCU, yeah, I said they would move to 8 and stuff. But ultimately, guys, this isn't the most reliable. So we'll see where Michigan is when the AP ranking officially comes out. But I think they should be 3. I personally think Ohio State should stay at 2. I really don't know where Tennessee will go. I think Tennessee should be 4, maybe 3. I don't know. If they put Michigan at 3, it's fine. But yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. So until next time, guys, don't forget to stay radical. I'll see you in the next one.